What up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. I am Joku.
I am CJ.
And I'd like to do a couple announcements before we get further into our video. But yes, if you could look at the channel, we went back to the old saying, we're no longer Pixel Bros.
And I was informed a little late on that. So.
I went back to the chat room lounge because people were asking me where I could find my channel, and I was looking for it. So you put Pixel Bros in the chat or in the search, like 80 different boxes popped up. I'm like, yeah, you'll never find us, even if I put the @ stuff in there. So
you said your friend that told you that and stuff?
Yeah, well, I even went ahead and looked at it. So we went back to the chat room lounge.
It was funny you say, because a friend of mine, my daughter's boyfriend, went looking up our channel too, and he was having a hard time doing it. So I kind of get what you're saying there.
So when I went ahead and put back the chat room lounge, it was the first thing there. So I was like, that's where we're going to. So I did a whole new banner. Everything's back, the old way. So, and not to mention it's been a month since we did a last, podcast. Is because of, well, first of all, I was supposed to do one back on the 15th.
Last week.
And then last week was just before we get into, like I said, the podcast, I have a new PC. And from that,
old dude's been gaming it up.
I have been gaming up. So, to follow up the story for tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about some nostalgia stuff. What's the meaning of us being in our 40s, nostalgia? How does it, what does it make feel of that? So, by saying that, my other channel, this Italian Samurai, I want to rebuild it from the ground up and put some retro games on there. And so, I'm going to start doing some GameCube emulators, because it's nostalgia, retro.
Yes.
And it has a good, home. So I'm like, that's what I'm gonna start playing, on that channel.
It's like when we play it, so it's like a feel-good moment for us,
So,
I get it.
So basically, I'm gonna start doing the games on that channel, and hopefully CJ will go on his channel, and hopefully he'll start doing some stuff too.
I tried to do this before. I rearranged my setup the end of last year, and
he said wires weren't fixed.
No, the wires. I was like, where I got my PlayStation at, and where the wires hooked to my TV. It doesn't reach it, so I can't do the recording. So I got to move everything back. So when I get that done, I'll start recording.
Yes, like I said, man, it's been 7 months for you to do that.
I know. I was gonna do some Call of Duty Black Ops videos. So
So, like I said, I'm still doing my music, so that's no longer going to be on that channel no more. It's still going to go to Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and all that stuff too.
All that good stuff.
It's still going to be out there for my music, but so if you guys do check out the Italian Samurai, it's going to be games now. And so this episode, I was thinking I had 2 other, shows to do, but I'm like, you know what? And I'm like, I've been on TikTok, I've been on YouTube, and all this nostalgia is coming up. I'm like, I gotta get into this. Start talking about stuff.
I've been watching this one guy. Honestly, I can't remember. He does a lot of shorts, but he's on this nostalgia journey.
It is. And that's why I was sitting there thinking, what is nostalgia for us? And the thing is that it just reminds us
the stuff that we kind of grew up on.
Yeah,
anything.
It's not something that we're not scared of the future. I'm excited for the future, for all the new stuff that's coming out.
Yeah.
But just certain things that we did in the past with these games or movies or even cartoons or TV shows.
Just day-to-day stuff.
It's exactly. It just has like me, I can go back all day long and watch 90s movies, 80s movies, TV shows, cartoons, play games. It just reminds me of that simple life that we had.
Simpler time for us.
It was. Yes. So let's go back to the 90s. All right?
Back in the 90s.
We had Sega Genesis.
Yes.
We had Super Nintendo.
Yes.
The best time of getting a new game or something like that was just basically going to Blockbuster.
Oh, yes.
This is before Hollywood Videos was out. This is Blockbuster. The adventure. It was like going on the adventure when your parents would sit there and say, it's Friday night.
Friday night.
You came home, you did your homework, Your parents like, we're going to go to Blockbuster. Man, it was like going to Disneyland.
It was. I was like, I loved Blockbuster.
You know, and then you go there, you know, we got one movie because, you know, my mom and dad would watch a movie. Actually, no, we got 2 movies. 2 movies and 2 games. And the thing is that because we got a movie for me and my brother, we would get a movie for us. And then my mom and dad, because they didn't really care about Blockbuster.
Yeah.
They weren't like all about renting videos and watching stuff. They'll just watch what's on TV. But
Yeah.
they'll rent a movie. We'll rent a movie, VHS. And then me and my brother will rent 2 games.
Yep.
And so going to Blockbuster was like, yes, it's a treat. It's like going out for ice cream.
It was.
And to walk into Blockbuster,
Oh.
and then you had all your snacks. You had all your little popcorn.
Yeah, they had popcorn and
Yeah,
candy bars.
I mean, you could have bought this stuff at your local grocery
You
store.
could have,
But
but-
it was like, you could not just go to Blockbuster and just get games. No, you had to get the candy. You had to get the little soda. You had to get the
And
popcorn.
what was also too great, like when your parents was still looking around, and let's say you got all your stuff, they had freaking movies playing it, or all in each
Oh, yeah,
aisle.
all the
It's
new...
some kind of horror movie or a comedy movie.
Yeah,
Like,
all
you see
the
her just
new-
sitting there just staring at it,
Yeah.
up at the screen.
Yeah, exactly. Or you get there, your game's not there. You go to the front desk, and it's like, hey, did this game ever come back in or whatever? And they're looking through you like, you know, say you're looking for Cruising USA or something, right? You're looking like, there's a seat right there. Oh, no, that's something. That's not what I'm looking for. So you're looking, you're like, just. You guys got Cruising USA back there? I couldn't find any back. Did anybody bring it? Oh, he just dropped some. You know. You're just waiting. You're just waiting, and then so that right there is also, like I said, nostalgia. You know?
Got some kind of couple crazy stories about Blockbuster.
Yeah, we do.
This dude.
Whoa! Hold up.
No. You'll know where I'm going here.
Oh, now I already know. Now I already know where
you
you're
know
going.
where I'm going.
But that's not nostalgia. That's not
I know
nostalgia.
that.
That's a story for a different time. We'll get there. Cause you're going just.
You see that? He doesn't want me to tell it.
That's not what we're talking about, man.
I was just gonna make it quick.
Okay, I'll tell a story. This guy here, when I first moved down here, he had the 64. I didn't. So I remember one time we went to Blockbuster. This is when they could rent consoles.
And I didn't know that.
And so we could rent for the weekend was like $50 or like whatever for the.
Wow,
you know.
that was quite a deal.
Well, it was remember, if you broke the damn thing,
That's
remember,
true.
They're probably getting more money out the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and I rented out for the weekend the 64. Came with 2 controllers. We got Mario 64, and I forgot what the other game was. But
I can't remember either.
anyway, so I came home that Friday night, hooked it all up. We had it in the living room. I called CJ up, like, hey, yo, we just got fucking 64. We just got one, and we got the game. I said, you want to spend the night tonight? You know, bring your controller, bring Cruising USA. That's what you already had, Cruising USA.
Yeah, I had that in Mario Kart.
Yeah. And I'm like, bring it on down here. So he come on down. He opens the door. He gets in the living room. We had it hooked up on the thing. The TV was playing. We're like this. He's like, no shit, you got one. I'm like this. We're playing for about an hour or something. I'm like, bro, I'm just messing around. You see that box that said N64 from Blockbuster? I said, we rented that for the weekend. You gonna do what happened? But don't worry, I mean, you had a good time, bro. You played good time. You played Cruising USA with my dad.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because he always used a damn school bus.
He did.
But getting back into the nostalgia, the thing about that is that, do you classify nostalgia as almost for us like saying we have a midlife crisis? Because
I would think so.
Because when people sit there and say, "I'm going through a midlife crisis,"
midlife crisis?
Yeah. Midlife crisis, where people
I think
who
that's
are
what
in
it
their
is.
40s and 50s, they start buying stuff that they had as a kid or something, and they can relive that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of what some people are doing. They're going and buying all these collections of Nintendo, Sega, Super movies, VHS albums, music, and all these TV show stuff. Is because it's like, is it your collection, or are you just kind of like, I miss having that stuff. I have adult money, so now I can go back and rebuild my stuff. comic books, or there are people who out there.
I think what it is, like you said, it's feel good for yourself because you grew up watching this stuff, and like you said, you're grown up now. You got money to do what you want with it.
Exactly.
And then you're like, you know what? I'm gonna get the collection that I always wanted when I was a freaking kid.
Exactly. Like I mean, if I'll have to show a video, I will do a video, and I'll cut it right here of my living room set. It looks like a goddamn kid room. If you actually think about it, I got Zelda stuff, I got Cowboy Bebop stuff, I got Back to the Future stuff, I got Dragon Ball Z, I got artwork, I got Pups signed, more Legend of Zelda stuff. And it's like, if I was a single 40-year-old person
the
that brought
kid version of yourself would be like, whoa.
I mean, if I was like 40 years old, I mean, I am 40, but if I was single and I brought some chick over here, she's like, are you in a threat house? And she probably would like leave. But then again, some girls like this stuff, so she's like, this is cool. I like your room. I like your setup. Thank you. But so nostalgia to me is almost like the midlife crisis.
It's basically just you're reminiscing your childhood,
exactly,
stuff you miss, and
I mean,
you're remembering all the good times that you had.
Exactly, and the simpler times too.
Yes.
I mean, yes, like I said, I have a PC now. I can go back and play the emulator. Yes, I know most people go, that's not really a collection. I'm not trying to do a collection. I'm not trying to go back and rebuild my whole entire Sega, Nintendo. God, I don't have that much money to be spending over years. But
I'll tell you this. This is what I did last year when I finally was able to play it. And I got it for the Switch one. The Capcom Fighting Beat 'em Up collection, which had King of the Dragons in it from Super Nintendo, one of my childhood favorites. And I was like, I felt like a kid again when I was playing it for the first time in like years.
And it's also too the nostalgia is like, going back and watching these videos that you see on social media, and it's like the stuff that they did back in the 90s. It's like, yes, I remember that. You look at the McDonald's, you look at the Taco Bell, you look at all this stuff.
You look at comparison what a McDonald's looks like today, with what it was back then in the
fun
90s.
House.
Yeah.
Or the fun ground, whatever the hell they call it.
I mean, now, you look at a McDonald's, it's like, it looks like a...
just a restaurant.
Just a standard restaurant. And back then it had like all this, it had color, it had playground, it had Ronald McDonald sitting on a bench on outside.
That you can sit down and take a picture of.
Yeah. And it's like, now you go into a McDonald's and you're like, basic restaurant look.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't have that feel. Yeah.
No, it doesn't have the feel.
Going to fast food back then was not just the eating and stuff. It was an experience.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. And Pizza Hut back then.
Pizza Hut was
Tell
awesome.
me.
Oh
Did those damn glasses make drinks taste better?
Yes,
was
they
it
did.
just me?
They did. They did.
For some damn reason, those cups made it good.
And the thing is, when Pizza Hut had their buffet.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Ooh.
All you can eat stuffed crust.
Yes.
Like I said, man, the nostalgia. It's like we sit there, we have a moment where we just sit back and we just think. We sit.
Reminisce on it.
Yeah, we could sit down and think back of all the stuff that we did when we were a kid. It's like, man, like I said, I miss some of those days, bro. I really do. We had no care in the world. We were kids.
And this is also life before social media.
My God, dude.
We didn't even need it.
No, that's what's killing. That's what's killing this damn. Like I said, I did a podcast before. And I said social media is different than YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube is another TV service. I mean, social media, I think it's for people who have ADHD because, the shorts. And it's like, if you can't sit there and watch a video for more than 2 minutes, I don't know what to say to you.
Than that.
Exactly. So the shorts are like 15 seconds. Back when they had those, what's it called? The Vine, it was like 7-second videos.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so before social media, it was just enjoyable. You call your friends up, they come down, they plug their own controller. Everybody had their own fucking favorite controller.
Everybody was multiplayer back then.
What was I saying?
Like
but
this.
it's not like, hey man, don't worry about bringing a controller. I got a couple. No, I already knew he's going to bring his own controller because that's his controller.
Yep.
And I did the same thing too. They had multiple controllers at his house, and I did for my 64. But
Yep.
guess what? I had my gold controller.
You wanted that one. I mean, honestly, I don't blame you.
Yeah, you wanted
And
it too.
still biting me on that.
Yeah. So I mean, like, so we all had our own favorite controller because it's like, how your buttons felt than the other person.
Yeah.
But so it's like everybody has their own controller.
Because just like anything else, it gets certain way of feeling. Like how
because you can go get a brand new controller and then in that one and you break it in.
Yeah.
And then you're like, hey,
like
I know.
shoes, you
So,
have to break it in.
Just like I can go back now, not just games, but like I can go back and watch 1990 movies.
Yeah.
And the thing
they had
is
such
that
good movies back then.
about nostalgia is like, why do we continue watching movies that we've seen 5 million times? It's that feeling that we get when we're just happy at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Then plus the movies were also better.
The movies were awesome, and it's also like you said, it's just like
It's just something that
it's
we
just
have.
bringing us back from the memories of that time.
Most people would sit there and say, "Why do I watch this all the time?" Because maybe it's something you watch with your grandmother or your parents you don't have anymore.
Yeah.
And you just watch those, or it's just nostalgia. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just that nice little feel.
It is. And some of the, like I said, I was watching that guy going on his nostalgia journey. And what I like how he does, he'll go 90s kids or 80s kids, you remember this? And he'll show something old school, what it was back in the 80s or 90s, whatever it was he was talking about.
Arcades. Arcades, man. I don't know what it was. I don't know what I was just saying, but I remember arcades, bro. That's nostalgia.
Yes.
Arcades, man. You just go in there, put
Arcade
quarters in
cabinets.
there.
And you're like, here, quarter, next game, bam.
That was just cool stuff, bro.
Oh, yeah. And it'd be cool what he would do. Roll a little clip of whatever it is. And let's say it's food that he does. And he'll go, like he tried to do those squeezes. You remember the Squeeze-It drinks? They don't even make that brand anymore because he went looking for it. But Kool-Aid made a version of it. So he had to do that to see if it has brings up any memories when he would drink it or eat whatever it is.
Right.
I mean, he's done all kinds of stuff. And it's like, I look at it and I'm like, I remember all this stuff.
It does. It just basically...
That's the whole moral of the story.
It's basically memories that are still tapped into our brains that when we see stuff, it unlocks it just like... It's like riding a bicycle. It's like you haven't seen it in a while, but as soon as you see, you're like, I remember that. I had that.
Flooding back.
And then you just get all those memories. It just flood. You just sit back and just like...
Yep.
Man, it's just like, man, you just melt away. You
get lost in your
own memories.
Yeah.
It is exactly. So like I said, if you guys have any important nostalgias, like, what brings back to you, if you guys, in your 40s or 50s, what do you guys remember? And hopefully you guys still do remember. And what was your favorite time of your childhood or past, whatever it was? I mean, I got so many stories in my past life.
I mean, are you kidding me? I
remember
literally met you in the 90s.
I remember in the 90s when before I moved down here, I was living in Baltimore, and my mom and dad and our friends' parents, they would work the concession stands at the ball game. Camden Yards for the Baltimore Orioles, and they would just leave me and my brother home, and then with their two kids, the daughter and Harold and Sarah. And so we would walk up the street. My brother would stop in the local Chinese store and get Chinese because that's what he wanted. And we'll stop over across the street and get ourselves some pizza.
All right.
And then from there, we'll go right next door from the pizza to the VHS. And we always get one fucking movie all the time. Every time my mom and parents go to it was my brother get Chinese. It was like maybe twice a month they did that. They would go down for, run the concession stand, stuff like that, for scouts and stuff like that.
All right.
So my brother always get Chinese. We always get pizza. And we always, for some reason, rent Bebe's Kids.
Bebe's Kids. Yes.
I
remember that.
There'll be so many movies out there. For some reason, we always get Bebe's Kids. It was never boring.
Baby's Kids.
It's just one of those movies that we watch all the time, and it's like, and to this day I still watch that movie because it just brings back what it is. It's like I'll watch it and I remember the stuff that you know,
all
we
that
did,
stuff you did.
exactly, man. I'm like, damn, man. Sometimes like, I feel like I just want to watch this movie. My brother's sitting here with a bowl of Chinese. Let me have a pizza. Watching this, it would be like, yo, this is like us as a kids. You know, parents not here. Turn the lights off. Watch the movie.
Felt like you were a kid again.
Whew. And that's what I think. Like I said, the nostalgia. You know, we play these games when we were a kid, and you feel like a kid. You know, and it's like it's that moment where you just take away your adult. You know, you take your adult card, you put it away for a little bit. You grab your childhood card, you put it in your wallet, and goes, I'm a kid this weekend. I got 3 days off from work. I'm just chilling. I'm being my kid. I'm ordering pizza. I'm drinking soda. I'm eating Doritos.
Yep.
Whatever it is. It's like, you know, you just, until that day you work, the first next day, and then you go up, take your card out, put your check, grab your, you know, boop. Now I'm an adult tomorrow. Got to go do some adult stuff. But,
yep. Got to go do my adulting now.
Yeah. And like I said, dude, it's just one of those things, you know, like I said, Blockbuster, you know, the nostalgia stuff. When people also, too, like Radio Shack and Circuit City.
Now, when you talk about stores, you know, one store I always think of for being a kid.
Toys R Us.
Oh, yes. It was an experience walking into that store as a kid.
It was. I mean, everything from like video games to Legos to Nerf guns to action figures to bicycles.
Just toys everywhere.
You know, I remember walking into that one time when they had I think when they brought back Star Wars Episode 4 for the special edition.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember walking into the Toys R Us, like right there, the first section, like when you first walk in, you make a right. In our store, you had to make a right, you go through a little thing, and then you go into the store, and then you exit to a different store.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I remember walking in there, so that first section, big section, was all Star Wars stuff because Star Wars was coming back.
Yep.
They brought it back into theaters before Episode 1 came in.
And that was in 97.
Yeah, I remember looking up, and this big old Millennium Falcon just hanging from the ceiling.
I remember that.
And I'm like, I was
wondering if that's what you're going for.
I want that in my room. It's like, you know.
We all wanted that in our room.
it's like things are coming back. So some of this stuff. Oh, hi there. I was wondering, like, my back's all warm. I'm like, are you going to move? But now you going to say hello? So I'm like, so certain of this nostalgia stuff is coming back. And it's like making a comeback. Like some fashions are coming back too.
Yes.
You know, certain people like, I used to wear that. That's my nostalgia, you know, from whatever. And it's just, I don't know, man. Sometimes I just get lost in it. And it's like, I have to come back to reality.
I know what you mean. Because, like, I do the same thing. I'm like, just start remembering. If I see, especially if it triggers a memory.
Have you ever, like, watched something and it would be like, they'll play a song with the video. And then don't you like, sometimes get all emotional and start tearing up.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, where did my life go? It's like, well, my life was good, but it's like, damn, you just sit there, you just want to sit back in your chair and just like listen to music and you watch the video. I mean, for a second, you start getting little sniffles and like, man.
Because you're remembering everything good. Maybe some bad in between.
There's this guy on TikTok, bro. I'll have to put a video up, but every time I watch this guy talk, he almost sounds like his voice. He does recordings and stuff like that for like cartoons and stuff like that and games. But the way he was talking about the 90s and how we were the first kids doing this and doing all that, right? The way he talked was like an audiobook. But every time I hear this, dude, I start getting the sniffles. Like my eyes start tearing up. It's like, dude, this guy's telling the fucking truth. He's like, we were the first kids that had this. We were the first kids that did this. We're the first kids. I'm like, exactly, man. Our generation was the best. And you know, I'm not trying to offend anybody with the newer generation, but come on, man. Y'all, we are the generation, and then we learned it from our fathers and stuff like that.
Yep. And we're like literally the last generation that would basically have no technology what we have into the technology we have. So we started without it, and now we're here with it.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that I would do to trade some of this technology to get rid of it to go back.
I'm serious. I'm with you on that. Me and my wife have talked about that many times.
Were you going to say something just now?
Crap.
Yeah, see, lost
it. Just kind of lost train of thought there.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, I can deal without social media. Yeah. I mean, I can deal without putting stuff.
And I'll tell you right now, I went without social media when everyone else around me had it for so long. I just started having social media, what, a year and a half, or maybe 2 years ago. I finally got into it.
You remember 2009, 2010?
Yes!
When PlayStation 3 was out. And
That's what I was getting ready to say.
It got hacked.
I do.
And then they had to shut down the whole, for 2 weeks, PlayStation Online was shut down.
And I remember
people
that.
just didn't know what to do. They're like, what am I supposed to do? I was sitting there playing story mode games. I'm like,
and that
I
was
can
around the
survive.
time. I went on story mode games too.
Well, you had to because online was shut down.
Yeah. And I remembered I was playing a lot of the first Call of Duty Black Ops back at that time. Because I went over to my buddy JC's house and I went to hook it up and all of a sudden couldn't get on. I was like, what is going on here?
I didn't freak out. I mean, I had Uncharted to play.
Oh, I did too.
At the time, I had my Xbox 360, so I got to play like Fable and all that stuff. So, I mean, you know, I can deal with it.
And at the time, it was kind of devastating for me because at my house, we didn't have internet. And so I would always play all those story games all the time. And I only go over there or even to your place for internet time for online multiplayer. So it was kind of like a bummer for me when I went over there to do that and couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's all right. You still survived.
I mean, I did, obviously.
So, yeah. Anyways.
But that was the one thing I was going to say. We were there.
Oh, before everything.
Basically, the start of Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
And all through Nintendo we've got now. We've seen every Nintendo ever made.
No, we've
seen every PlayStation ever made.
We saw Sega built and crash.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we had Sega, then we had the Master System, and then the Sega Genesis, and then the Sega Saturn, and then the Dreamcast, and then.
Yep.
So we were there for the birth and the funeral.
Yep.
For the Sega.
I mean, how many of you guys out there can say y'all seen the birth and death of a console?
Most people are like, when I ask them like what system you started for, it's usually like a GameCube, a Wii, or PlayStation 3. I'm like, damn, dude.
Like not even PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3.
Yeah. It's like that's retro for us. That's
I mean, that's literally retro for us. But I mean, system that I started with wasn't even Nintendo. It was at the end of the Atari age.
Yeah.
That was the first one I ever did.
So I have a question for anybody who's, you know, older than us. I would say you guys are seasoned, you know. So we're, like I said, we're 41 and 42. So if anybody out there who are older than us, you know, plus 10 or whatever, what is nostalgia for you guys? Because obviously, you know, when we were kids, you're, you know, young adults at the time. So what's your nostalgia stuff? You know, what do you guys remember, you know, that got you guys out to, I mean, you know, if you guys are plus 10 to me and, you know, you guys are out there playing, you know, stickball and jacks and skateboard.
I'm pretty sure it was all that stuff right there.
Yeah. So, you know, what are you guys doing for your nostalgia? What's your childhood stuff, you know? I mean, even for me, not just video games for nostalgia. It's the fact that like going outside and riding my bicycle and
oh my god,
building tree houses and forts and just using your imagination.
Go outside all the damn time.
Yeah,
we played games, but you kidding me? We went out there and played outside all the damn time,
man.
too.
I mean, you know, you go outside and your imagination's right here.
Use your imagination.
Yeah, this right here, and think of something, and then boom, whatever.
Not this.
That's not imagination. You know, I mean, so like, you know, use your imagination, and we went outside and we played for hours and not coming not coming
until the lights came on.
Until the street lights come on, exactly. And sometimes we even stayed out past that if we're you know, in a good neighborhood, you know.
Yep. Especially if like, you know, if your mom or my mom could like knew exactly where we're at.
Oh yeah.
It was cool.
Oh yeah.
Because our parents were cool like that. But yeah, I mean, we'd even stay past that, you know.
Exactly.
Trampolines, that was awesome.
Yeah, the trampolines and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, just trying to wrap this video up. So yeah, like I said, nostalgia. You know,
what's nostalgia for you?
Yeah, what is nostalgia for you?
Because I'm pretty sure eventually, this time, is gonna be this generation's nostalgia one day.
Exactly. So basically, you know. learn from us and start collecting some of this stuff now.
Yeah.
Because when it comes older, you guys want to sit there and have this for your kids and,
there's some
and
stuff
your memories.
I wish I had kept.
Oh yeah, man. Action figures, comic books.
Oh yeah, comic books.
You
for
know,
sure.
just certain things, man. I wish, like I said, I wish I could have all the stuff I had back then, you know. But
Yep.
stuff gets lost, gets destroyed, gets used up, and whatever. And
We just didn't take care of it as kids, you know, because we used it like hell.
we abused the shit out of it, bro.
We did.
We didn't
abused
care.
the hell out of it.
We get an action figure, ripping that bitch open. We didn't think we should. Well, this might cost. I might buy another one. No, we can rip it open.
Nope.
So yeah, I just want to do a video on nostalgia. Like I said, I've been, you know, a lot of things popping up to nostalgia.
Yes.
And it's just like they're showing pictures of like, you know, old arcades and old Taco Bell and
when you brought this
Blockbuster.
subject up to me, I was like, that is crazy because like I said, I've been seeing, like you said, you've been seeing all kinds of things everywhere, nostalgia related things. And it's like, man, I can relate to that.
Exactly, because we lived it. You know, we're the generation that lived that stuff, you know?
Yep.
So it's like I said, people show old, you know, pictures of like, you know, old Taco Bells and arcades and bowling alleys and skating rings and just stuff like that and old movie theaters and
oh my god, the old movie theaters was so good.
no, these movie theaters now are just so like ugh.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I mean, it's definitely not like it was.
Like we have a movie theater, you know, near us, and it's next to 95, and it used to call it the Rave.
Oh yeah.
And so
It's not called that no more?
yeah, it's something else now. It's a new word, but I still I still call it the Rave because that's what it was back in high school, back in 2002. You know, but so me and my wife, last time we went there, we went to go see a movie, and it was like on a Tuesday. It was like, you know, $5 movie or something. It was a brand new movie came out, so we went to go see it, and I just walked in there, and it was just dead. Like
really
dead, like 10 cars in the
Look
parking
at it like
lot.
this though. I mean, is it surprised that it was dead? Because going to a movie theater these days,
Yeah, that's true
it's
too.
so expensive.
It's not that, but I mean, we got all this streaming stuff.
That too. I mean,
You
a lot
know?
of people go, why put in the effort to go to see a movie? Why you got it right here at home? You can just stream it.
Exactly. But the experience of going to the movie theater with all your friends and seeing the movie for the first time and then driving home, you know, on the way home and talking about
the
it.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I remember when you watched the freaking Matrix and Matrix. No, it was Matrix Reloaded. We saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just talking about that shit.
And then on the way home, just talking about even Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. This dude tried to kill me with a toy lightsaber.
Nah, I ain't talking about. That's his nostalgia, not mine. I ain't talking about. I had a bad dream.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I said, it's just nostalgia. It's just the memories that we brought up that makes us feel that we, you know, going back. Basically, you know, to know where we're going, we have to know where we came from.
Yes.
And basically what, you know, I feel the nostalgia is, I feel like it's a, you know, like I said, a midlife crisis. It really is for some of us because it's just...
And I guess in a technical term, it kind of is.
Because people our ages, they're going out and buying all the stuff they had. If, like I said, from games to movies to comic books, it's like, I used to have this, to toys and collection and all kinds of stuff.
I mean, even like stuff like even replicas of things now, of nostalgia things. I saw this one picture, and it's funny. It goes, a 90s kid, now adult with adult money, and had a Green Ranger motorcycle with a Green Ranger suit and everything, just riding it right on the road. I don't know, Mike. That probably would be me if I had the money.
Or if you know how to drive a fucking motorcycle. So, yeah. I like I said, I wanted to bring this up.
But, yeah.
Because I just thought, like I said, everything comes up. And I still watch some of these things, too, about nostalgia. And like I said, I just sit there in my room or watching it on a PC. And I just like, man, it's like I remember that stuff. It's like I wish I could go back. It's just I wish I could go back and just enjoy that and not have to worry about going to work, paying bills. You know, you're a kid. You come home from school. You do your homework.
Isn't it crazy that we wanted to hurry up and grow up, and now we're running like I'm gonna go back?
And that's what's crazy about nostalgia. It's exactly, man. We grew up so fast, and then like you realize, oh, I want to go back. So like I said, well, growing up, and you know, we're being a kid. We come home from school. You know, we would stay up till like, 2 o'clock in the morning on a Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
2 o'clock on a Saturday night and whatever. And then go to school and talk to your friends about the game that just came out.
Yep.
Who beaten it, how far did you get, stuff like that. And then you're going home and you're playing again. You know? And then and the thing is that you played the games back then. You didn't have to worry about somebody spoiling it on the
No.
internet or not.
No spoilers, hardly ever.
And, you couldn't go on to Google and say, how far is this game, blah, 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 where, stuff like that. Or, you open your phone and going, hey, man, did you hear about this game? Did you like,
and you know what's even great about the games back then? When you bought the game back then, no need for updates. It was good as it was when it came out.
The only time they actually had an update was probably with PlayStation 3.
Probably.
Because the PlayStation 2 didn't really have the internet.
No.
It only had the internet to play like Final Fantasy Online and all that weird stuff.
So probably PlayStation 2 era was the last time.
There was really no updates for those.
That's what I mean. It was like where there was no need
but
for an update.
Like there was no way of like me, also to, get away from the nostalgia, but like it was like 2 days before Resident Evil 9 came out.
Yeah.
I go on YouTube to watch other stuff. First thing popped in, Resident Evil 9 walkthrough. I'm like, dude, the game's not even out for 2 more days. I know some of the YouTube creators have that stuff, but come on. Won't you guys just please be generous and show it on the day it comes out? So, because I guarantee when GTA 6 comes out,
my God,
it's gonna be up on fucking YouTube 2 days. All these people are gonna be like, hey man, I have early access. I understand that, but most of us don't want to. And I really don't want to sit there and watch you play. I want to play for the first time. I don't want,
So we don't want no spoilers on that.
Just be generous and let us play the damn thing.
Experience it for yourself.
And then also too is like, now that with the, social media, there's people out there trying to fucking speedrun shit. There was a guy on fucking Resident Evil 9 who beat the game in an hour and something.
Already trying to speedrun game?
The first day. First day it came out, there was a guy that beat the game less than two hours.
What?
It was like 2 hours and 8 minutes. And the game only been out for like 17 hours.
Oh my God. Speedrunning already?
Bro, go outside. Touch the grass.
Exactly.
Go outside, touch something, man. Get out.
Wow. I mean, I get speedrunners after they've taken some time to memorize the game.
No, the game.
It hasn't even been out long enough for that yet.
Yeah, less than 24 hours, and it was already on. It was like whatever. But yeah.
Wow.
Bro, outside, touch grass, go bike
Please.
ride, enjoy nature like we did.
Go talk to the opposite sex. Whatever. Do something.
Yeah. Go enjoy yourself, man. Go outside.
Go.
Like we did when we were kids, man.
Go
Nostalgia.
get some sun.
Go be a nostalgia. Use your imagination. But anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap this up here. Thank you for watching. And like I said, dude, I'm happy to be back. It's been, like I said, a month since we did this because, like I said, just stuff have happened. And then, like I said, I was supposed to do it one day, and I said we'll start the 15th. And then last week I started playing games because I said nostalgia was kicking in, and like I said, I was sitting there playing some old games that I didn't, play for a while. I was like, I remember this.
I mean, I get it. I mean, I really do.
So like I said,
got lost in it.
And I'm strictly nostalgia. Like I said, with my other channel, I'm gonna start putting some retro games on there. So if you guys had some of those stuff like that. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I am Joe Koo.
I'm CJ.
And hopefully you guys. Don't forget, growing up is leveling up. Sorry, it's been a while. We'll see you guys in the next video.
See ya.